think we're live right now. Yes, I believe we are. Okay then. Now, what are we gonna do today? Well, that's very easy. Today, we're gonna do our predictions for Walking Dead Season 11 Part 3. The final episodes. Oh, it's so weird to think that it's already been like, say 12 years since The Walking Dead has been sending out episodes. I think I started watching around 2015, everything on Netflix, and then I just proceeded watching it on TV when it came out on Fox. In my country then. In your country it's probably coming out on AMC, but we don't have that here. We have Fox instead of that. So, but anyway, I've been watching it ever since I think season 5 or so, or 7, no, season 7 on TV. So I think that was around 2015 or 16, I don't know. What, doesn't really matter. But anyway, I've been a big fan of The Walking Dead a lot. That's also probably the reason why I have a lot of videos about it on my channel. And with The Walking Dead now ending, those videos will become less and less, but don't worry, there are still many interesting videos coming. I know I haven't really done many videos lately, only live streams, but that's mostly because of Corona and my internship, so I got a bit busy, and I will also make these streams a little bit more shorter in the future because they are now very long, so I will of course cut them in like only videos from like 20 or shorter minutes. I just haven't really got around to it in a while, so that will happen for sure. Just like this one. This one will also be shortened in the future. But other than that, new videos are certainly coming. I have my new camera now, so there are better quality videos coming, so it's also good. My camera won't be so outdated anymore, because it was very outdated quality and so a little bit bad and unprofessional. But now I have a good camera with great audio, and so we'll have better quality in videos in the distant future. Next videos that will come are probably the top 10 best movies of 2022 and the worst movies of 2022 and what is to come of 2023, and maybe more and more videos will come. I think we'll probably do some new videos somewhere around November, but for now we're gonna do a stream about who may or may die. But for now we're gonna do a stream about who may or may not die during the final episodes of The Walking Dead, and I'm just so excited. It's so great to see these final episodes coming out right now in about a week or so, and it's really great, and I'm just hoping that they will be great, that The Walking Dead will end on a satisfying note. I mean, a lot of shows has disappointed us over the past 2 times, like Gotham or Dexter, but some shows have also been really satisfying with their endings, like for example the divided finale of Game of Thrones. I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't exactly what I was expecting from the end, but I won't say it's a bad finale. It's alright, I guess. But amazing finales recently, for example, were Ozark and Vikings, and probably one of the greatest finales I've ever seen, The Last Kingdom. So those were amazing, satisfying things, and so I think that The Walking Dead will not at all disappoint us. I think it will just be another great, interesting show. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be pretty great. I know it is. And I don't think it will disappoint us. Not for all. But anyway, we're just gonna do this. So, we're gonna do Walking Dead spin-off and all. We're gonna do it. The spin-off are coming, and so The Walking Dead is not done for sure. It will still proceed, and so The Walking Dead is over in the main course. The main show is done after these final episodes, but a lot of spin-off shows are coming. We recently had Tales of the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead is still going on, and we also got Walking Dead Dead City with Negan and Mackie. We got a Daryl Dixon show, and we got a Michonne and Rick show, and who knows, maybe more things will come in the future. Maybe we'll have a Commonwealth spin-off, a Whisper spin-off, and a spin-off set in Norway, who knows, or in Australia. There are a lot of things set for the future, and anything could happen. Anything. So we'll just have to wait and see. But for now, we're gonna talk about who may or may not die during the final episodes of The Walking Dead. Now, before I continue, I will make clear that there's a definite spoiler alert, so we'll be talking about who is still alive on the show today and who is so far dead. And then we'll also be talking about what may or may not happen during the final episodes. So if you're not up to date with The Walking Dead so far, I would suggest you stop watching right now if you don't like spoilers. But if you're up to date and you don't mind spoilers, then let's get started. Alright. So I have all the characters here on the paint program, and we're gonna do this just like the other times we did. Very easily and very, very simple. Just select the right color for this. I think this will. Yes, okay. So I think we all get how this works, but just to be sure, I'm gonna do it one more time. Green means that I think that this character is for sure safe. Red means that I think this character is definitely and most likely gonna die. Alright, then before I start, I just want to make clear that I have divided the characters into several groups. We got the people that are in the wild right now, they don't have a community to live. We got the people who live at the Commonwealth. For now, maybe they will live somewhere else in the future, but for now they all live in the Commonwealth, and that's a big group as you see. So yeah. Then we have the ones that are imprisoned in Oceanside, Hilltop and Alexandria. And then we have the people whose status is for now unknown. We don't know where they are or whether or not they are still alive. So for now, their status is unknown, and we'll just have to wait and see what exactly has become of them. So without further ado, I think we all get how this works. So then, let's start it. So then let's get started with this interesting video. Okay, so I just also want to say before I do this, if you want to tell me anything in the live chat, you can. I have it down right here. So if you have any predictions about what you may think will happen during the show, just let me know. I would love to hear about your predictions and your opinion about the show. Do you like it? Do you think the next few episodes are gonna be great? And yeah, what do you think will happen? Is it gonna be a great show? Is it gonna be bad? Who knows? But anyway, what do you think will happen in the final season, the final episodes? Let me know. Who do you think will live? Who do you think will die? Tell me right here in this reaction, and who knows, tell me right here in the live chats, and who knows, maybe we'll talk about it during the live stream. We'll have to wait and see how many time we got left after this, but just let me know, and I would love to hear. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. So now I think we all think this is not really that hard. I can already see 3 characters here that are probably, for sure, definitely safe because they have spin-offs coming who are set after the events of The Walking Dead Season 11. So we got Daryl, Maggie, and Negan, who are all confirmed to already be safe and alive because they all got spin-offs coming after The Walking Dead has ended. So they are for sure still alive after the main show ends. Then we got Herschel, little Herschel. Is he safe? I would say so. I don't really see this show killing him off. That would be a little bit out of place. Then we got Elijah. Well, this is a tough one because in the season trailer for these final episodes, I saw that Elijah was being surrounded by walkers alongside Leah, and it really looked like Elijah was unable to get out of there. So you could say that he may die, but there were, of course, some photos and background things going around on the internet from the final episode of The Walking Dead, in which he is very much still alive. He's still walking around, and so that would suggest that he comes out of this situation, and who knows, I could see them coming. I mean, they have done it before, full loss with the trailers. They did it with Jerry, I think very recently in season 9. They made us think that he would die during that cave scene, but then he just survived. He survived that whole thing, so they just fooled us there, and I think they will probably fool us again, who knows. But he survived season 10, and they made us think he wouldn't, but he did. And The Walking Dead has done it many times before. They have fooled us in trailers, and so they could fool us again with Elijah. And I don't know, would they? I mean, young love between Elijah and Lydia, that's bound to happen probably because you can see it growing. And yeah, maybe it's a little bit out of place for him to die, or maybe we didn't know him much, so it would be a little bit, I don't know, would be care for Elijah to die. I mean, I like Elijah a lot, so I would really be sad about it, and I would love to see a spin-off about him since he is a really great, cool character. Or maybe an episode of Tales of the Walking Dead would also be great. But, I don't know. Could he die or not? I personally have a feeling that the trailers are fooling us again, and that they're making it look like Elijah will die. So I think that he's actually safe. Then we got Aaron. Okay, we got some plots and rumors going around that one big main character will die during episode 18. And we don't know who it is. But we do know that during this episode we got Aaron, Jerry, Lydia, and Elijah going to some place. So I would suggest that one of those 4 is about to die. We know that that episode will end on a big cliffhanger with a big character death that will even surprise the comic book fans. So that will make suggest that it is someone who is in the comics and survives probably until the end. So that will make it seem like it will probably be Aaron, but I'm not sure. It will be a little bit too quick for him to die then, because I was hoping for him to get the Rick death from the comics, since Rick is not around anymore, and since he is starting to look a lot like Rick. But we'll have to wait and see whether or not that will actually happen on the show. I mean, they also didn't do the Gabriel death, they could still do it, but from now on, it seems very unlikely that they will do that, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, will Aaron die at the hands of Sebastian? We'll have to wait and see. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what will happen. I do see Aaron dying for sure, so I'm already gonna give him a red one. Whether or not he dies during episode 18 or not. I think that's actually more likely that someone else will die. I think it's most likely Jerry, but we'll get to that later on. Then with Gabriel, I every time think this guy's gonna die. Every time. And honestly, I don't know. I mean, there have been rumors around that he will survive. And I don't know. I every time think that this guy's gonna die. I thought it from the beginning of season 8 that he would get his fate catching up with him. I thought he would die during All Out War, then he survived. I thought he would die during the Whisper War, then he survived. And hell, I think he dies every season, but then he survives somehow. I don't get why exactly, because it just seems so fitting every time for him to die. In episode 16 of 10, it was so right for him to die, but then he survived again. And sure, it was great to see him around. His great scene with Call Me Gabriel was amazing, and so I would love to see more of Gabriel for sure. But I think he has to die eventually. It just seems right, to be honest. So I think that fate is finally catching up with him and that he will die. Then with Lydia, well, I think it's pretty clear that she is safe. Then with Annie Smith, the wife of Negan. I have a feeling that they're gonna kill her off to develop Negan a lot more. Not really sure how she's gonna die. I think she could get killed by Lance, but we'll have to wait and see. Then with Kim, I don't really think you guys know her because she's just a really background character, but she's a friend of Maggie. She was in our group of the Wardens together with Elijah. So she's still around, and will she survive? I have a feeling that she may die somewhere in the background during some battle that we'll get. So yeah, she is probably dead. Then we move on to the Commonwealth. Okay. Eugene. Well, as he survived the comics, I will say that he survives the show. That would seem most logical. Then we have Rosita. There are certain rumors going around that she may or may not die. I don't want to see it happen, but the rumors seems to be very likely, and a lot of those rumors also most of the time turn out to be true. We saw it with Henry, we saw it with Carl, we saw it with Gwen. So yeah, those rumors never really lie. So the only thing they are wrong about is how the character dies sometimes. but they are still right about the fact that that character will die. So yeah. I don't want Rosita to die since she's one of my favorite characters on the show. But I have a big feeling, because of the rumors, that she is gonna die, getting bit, like things are going around. And I do think that that's a very weak and unsatisfying way for Rosita to die. I think, in my opinion, that she should die in battle. But we'll have to wait and see what will happen. Name of Judith. There is no way, absolutely no way, that they will kill off Judith. No way. So she's definitely safe. Then we have Carol. I think that she's safe for a while. She has a big fan base. The fans love her. And also, there are rumors going around that she may have a cameo in the Dale show and in the Wickham show. So her story is definitely not done after Walking Dead. Then with Doc, I'm not sure about this. There has not been really been confirmed that Doc will be in the Daryl show. It would make a lot of sense, of course, because Doc will be by his side forever. So yeah, I think that it would make sense for Doc to appear in the show, and I would also love for him to appear in the Daryl show. But nothing has been confirmed. If he doesn't appear in that, then it most likely means that he will die. But honestly, I think that Doc is safe. Then we have Princess. Princess is probably safe. I don't really see them killing her off. Then with Gracie. You could say that they would kill her off to develop Aaron, but Aaron is gonna die himself most likely. So I would say that she's safe for now. Then we have Ezekiel. Well, we all thought that the sickness would catch up with him and leave him to die. But honestly, given that how it all goes and that they're really making clear that he will survive his sickness, I actually think that he's safe. Then we have Diane. Diane is probably for sure dead. I think that she will definitely die during some of the battle scenes. Then we have RJ. RJ is probably safe. Same goes for Coco. Then with Jerry, I think they will go lose some big characters. So I think that Jerry is a big to die. I really have a thing that could happen during episode 18, but we'll have to wait and see. Then we have Nabila and the kids. I do not know their names, to be honest. You know, let's look that up. We have the time. What are the names of Jerry's kids? Ezra, Elijah, and Miriam. Okay. So, will these kids and Nabila survive? I would say they would. Yeah. I could see Jerry dying, but I think his kids and wife are safe. Then we have Max, Mercer. Max and Mercer, will they survive? I think they will, at least for Mercer. He's a big fan base, and he also survives in the comics. And there may be a spin-off about him, who knows? Or an episode of Tales of the Walking Dead. I would love to see that. But I think he's safe. Then we have Max. She is based on the character of Stephanie in the comics. And Stephanie dies during the big time jump of her cancer, I believe. And they could do it the same on the show, who knows. I would really love for Eugene to get a happy ending with a girlfriend, but we'll have to wait and see how it all goes. But I think that she will have the same fate as in the comics, so I have a feeling that she's gonna die. Then we have Pamela, although we all wanted to see, but it's probably not gonna happen. Pamela is probably safe, even though we want really to see her die. Same goes for Sebastian. We all want these two characters to die, but they survived in the comics, and I mean, we all want them to die on the show because they are just terrible and really annoying characters and very terrible people. They feel like Joffrey Baratheon and Cersei Lannister, and so we all want them to die for sure. But they survived the comics, and I think we already have enough people dying in these final episodes, so I don't really see it happening. But who knows? The comics have been different from the show for sure, so they could still die, but I think they're actually safe because the show doesn't want to be too different from the comics. Then we have Sebastian's girlfriend. What was her name again? I'm really bad at names, especially on such a big show with so many characters. So yeah, I'm gonna look this up. Kayla. Kayla is safe public. Then with Lance. Well, Lance did survive in the comics, but to me it very much looks like he will be executed in some sort of way or be killed by Daryl or Mackie. Because I don't really see him making out of this alive. He has to die. And he will be executed for sure. Then we have Shira. Shira, I think that she is also gonna die. Because she is in very danger being an ally to Lance and all. So I think that she's dead for sure. Then with this other helper of Lance, he was on Ozark playing another character, Ash, but what is his name on this show? It is Roman. Roman, I would say that he's also dead, because it's not safe to be a friend of Lance Hornsby right now. Then we have Magna. Someone will probably get the Dwight that's from the comics, who wants to kill Pamela for and all to take over the Commonwealth and become the new leader because it needs new leadership. And then he gets shot in the face by Rick. And who knows? A lot of people think, and me also, that Magna will get the death of Dwight from the comics, and would also seem very likely to me. So yeah, I would love to see it happen, and it also seems the most logical to me. So I think, yeah, that Magna is gonna die, getting the Dwight death, but who knows? Then we have Connie. Well, there's no way that she will die. She has a big fan base, and so there's no way that she's gonna die. Then we have Kelly. I think that Kelly is gonna die, honestly, to develop her sister. Not sure really how. Maybe she'll get devoured by walkers or be killed by Lance. We'll have to wait and see. Then we have Yumiko. I think that Yumiko is most likely safe. Then we have Tommy. He's a doctor. And as we all know on The Walking Dead, doctors are doomed. They always die on the show. And so I think that Tommy is gonna be another Doctor Who dies. It's just so predictable at this point. Doctors are not safe in The Walking Dead. For some reason, The Walking Dead hate doctors apparently because they always die on the show. We saw it with Dr. Carson, we saw it with Herschel, we saw it with that doctor from the Kingdom, we saw it with Sadiq, Enid, and so on. If you're a doctor on The Walking Dead or a horse, you're not safe. Because apparently the show hates those two kind of creatures. Doctors and horses. But we'll have to wait and see what will happen. Then we have this woman from the Kingdom. You know what? Should I really look up all of these names? Because we have a lot of background characters who I'm sure all of you viewers at home don't remember, even though you watch the show, even though you like the show maybe as much as I do, you probably also forget a lot of these characters' names because there are just so many. It's just like with Game of Thrones. There are so many that you don't know everyone's names. And so do I have to look up all of these names characters? I don't know. I don't think I have to. So I'm just gonna say that she will die. This kid, a friend of Judith's, I am interested in her name, so I'm going to and look it up. May, and Celeste here. They're kids, and so I don't see this show really killing off kids, so they're safe, I think. Then we have all these powerful Commonwealth people who have high places or friends in high places, and so they're very powerful, and some of them could die because of that, but some of them may also survive. Who knows? I think that this guy is safe, this guy as well, but these other two powerful people are dead. Then we have Charles. I would say that Charles is probably safe, I think. Then we have damn, what's her name again? I remember this background character. I know this name. I know this. I think it's Barbara. Barbara, yes. I think that Barbara is safe, probably. Then we have Scott. I have a big feeling that Scott will die. As for his son, I think that he is safe. Then we have Adam. To be honest, I'm not really sure who takes care of Adam right now. Because the Suddens and Rose are all dead. The Whispers are all probably dead. And yeah, the Alden is also dead. So who exactly is now taking care of Adam? I would assume Maggie, but she's off doing somewhere else, doing a lot of stuff. So who takes care of him? Barbara? Carol? I really have no idea. Maybe the show you forgot about him, who knows? But is he gonna survive? I would say so. I'm not even sure if we're gonna see him again. But we'll have to wait and see. I do hope so because I don't really like plot holes. But we'll have to wait and see. Then we have a lot of Commonwealth background characters whose names I do not remember, and I think if you watch the show just like me, you probably don't also remember them because they are pretty much in the background, don't really do much, only have like one line or so. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with this pretty quick. I would say this woman is probably alive. Same for this guy. Same for this woman. The waitress. Same for this dude, Moto. Well, no, you know what? Moto is dead actually. Yeah, I think Moto is dead. But then we have a lot of Commonwealth soldiers. I think that this is a lieutenant, so she's most likely dead. Then Moto is dead most likely as well. Then we have these Commonwealth soldiers. Let's get to them later on. Let's first get to all these residents. This dude is dead. This girl probably is dead. Same with this girl. But this woman is probably fine. And then we have these soldiers from the Commonwealth. It's very difficult. I would say that a lot of them will die, but a lot of them will survive. So honestly, I'm not really sure. But I think, you know what, I think that this guy is probably safe. This guy as well. This dude probably. This girl. And maybe one of these whose faces we don't really see. But then the rest of them all die. Because this is a war, and during a war you have to lose a lot of soldiers in the background, so I think that these then are all dead and lost. Then with the people who are imprisoned. At Oceanside we have Rachel, Cindy, Luke and Jules. Okay. I would say that we'll probably lose someone of Oceanside. Lance was flipping his coin in the finale, or the final episode, whatever you want to call it, the final episode of the second part of the season, and so that probably decides the fate of one of the characters in Oceanside. And to me, it seems most likely that he will either kill Rachel or Jules. I'm not really sure if Cindy is actually still around. We haven't really seen her. I would say that the show may have forgot about her. Made it disappear, but we'll have to wait and see whether or not that is the truth. Maybe she died off screen somewhere, I don't know. Honestly, at this point anymore, because there are so many characters to keep track of. But I would assume that she's still alive. But who knows? But anyway, I think that someone gets killed because Lance flips the coin just like Two-Face. So I think the most likely point to that being that, who knows, I think that is probably Rachel who is gonna kill. Then I would believe that Cindy is probably safe. Same goes for, I think that either Jules or Luke has to survive. But I could also see both of them surviving actually. Because we already are losing probably a lot of Magna's people, so you know what? I think they're actually both safe. We have to have some couples survive until the finale, right? Not all couples have to die. One have to be separated from each other. Not both of them have to die. Not one of them has to die. Probably, right? I mean, can some people just be happy by the end of the show and live together in love? Why does always one of the people in a couple has to die? Come on. You know what? They're both safe. Screw it. I don't care what people think. I think they're both safe. Then we have these background characters. I think this is Birdie. And this is Mark? It's bugging me, so I'm gonna look it up. It's... Cal. Cal. I think that Cal's safe, probably. And I could say that Birdie's probably already dead or is gonna die. Then we have this guy who was taken prisoner, and we don't really know what happened to him after that, but I would say that he gets killed during his time at prison, executed or something, because he will cause a lot of trouble for sure. I do want to look up this guy's name because he's a very important character for sure. Tyler. Tyler is probably dead. Then we have the adopted father of Aurora. We don't really know what happened to him. Last time we saw him was in the Negan background episode, the Negan backstory episode. His name is Franklin. I would say that he dies with the rest of the saviors when the sanctuary falls. Then we have Virgil. We haven't seen him since the Walkers and Storm attacked Alexandria, so we don't know actually whether or not he actually survived that. It seems probably very unlikely since he was hurt, but he's a pretty big character in the show, so it would be weird for him to be killed off screen. But it seems likely that he did die there, because it's also weird that we haven't seen him since then. And I don't know, we could see him during these final episodes. I'm not really sure if the show has time for it. Maybe they just forget about him. That would be very sad, because that would be a very big butthole. But what am I see? Maybe he did die during that storm, who knows? Some people have to have died. Not everyone made it out of there alive. So he could be amongst the people who died there, but also it would be very weird for such a big character to die off screen. So yeah. But I would think that either way he does die, whether or not he's still alive or not. Then we have Winnie, who survived going into the wild. So I would say that some girl living alone in the wild would probably die, because she couldn't really survive for that long alone, but who knows. I would say that if she comes back around, and I think she will, I think the show has pretty much said goodbye to this character, so yeah. I don't really see her coming back, but who knows. We always thought that she could return as a Whisperer or a resident of Riverbend, but she never has, and she probably never will return, so yeah. It's done with her, I think, but if she ever returns, she is gonna cause trouble, and so she will die. Then we have Keith, a Whisperer who was still alive after the whole Whisper War ended. He was at Hilltop. Then Hilltop was rebuilt, and Mackie's people lived there again. And we don't really know if the Whispers were taken into the community. That would seem most likely, because it also happened in the comics. So you would assume that Keith is still alive around as one of Maggie's people. But I'm not really sure. He could also be dead and be killed by the Hilltop, who knows. We don't really know what happens. So yeah. I'm honestly not really sure about this one. But I think either way he does die because he's very weak. Then we have Georgie, Hilda, and Mitch. I think they got killed by the Reapers. That's never been confirmed, but I think that is the case. Then we have all these Alexandria background supporting characters. Saviors, Kingdom, Hilltop. And I think they have all died up to this point during a lot of battles. The Hilltop battle, the attack on Alexandria from the Whispers and Beta and the Walkers in the Storm and all. So I think they all died during that probably. Also with the fall of the Sanctuary and all, and the Kingdom fall during that storm probably also died off people. So yeah, I think that all of these characters are most likely already dead. As for these kids, I'm not really sure. I do think I saw some of them during a walk with us, where the kids were together with Earl and Ezekiel, and so they will probably still be alive, but at this point I'm not really sure. I think they're safe, and I don't really see the show killing off kids again. They could do it for sure. I'll have to wait and see. But I think they're safe actually. Okay, I think that's all then. Right? Yeah, that's all. We have all the characters. Okay, how it's going. Has anyone said something in the live chat? No, not yet. You can still react if you want. We're almost done at this point. So if you still want to tell me something, if you still want to give your opinion, just give it in the comments, in the live chat. I would love to hear it. I would love your opinion on who you think may or may not die. We could discuss it. I'm gonna look back at the characters who I think will die. I have a lot of them, so maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe I will gonna change it right about now, because there are maybe way too many people who I think are gonna die. We have, I think, if I look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. I don't know. Could you go virtual and main character? I have mixed thoughts about that. So I think we have 5 main characters right about here, who I think are dead or gonna die most likely. Is that a little bit too many for just 8 episodes? I think there are. We know that 2 big main characters are gonna die most likely. One in episode 18 and Rosita in the finale. So Rosita is definitely dead, and I would also assume that Aaron dies because he was like getting the rare death in the comics. And I would also say that Jerry dies, so I'm not gonna change those. I'm most likely right about that. But I have my mixed thoughts about Magna, Kelly, and Gabriel. Because who knows, they could leave those characters alive. They could change certain things from the comics. They could be different. Who knows? I think that I'm right about Kelly and Magna. And I would also say I'm right about Gabriel probably. You could say that one of the 2, Rosita or Gabriel, has to survive because someone has to take care of Coco. But you know, I don't know. I would love for Rosita to survive on the show because that would be very different in the comics, and it would be a pretty good, interesting choice and a pretty good change to the show. To see her as a grandma at the end of the show with a big time jump, just like in the comics, and see her daughter. Is Coco? I'm not sure if I'm being offensive at all, but is Coco now a boy or a girl? I don't really see it. Or it's not really clear to me. Is he a boy or a girl? Because I never heard the name Coco before. So, I'm not really sure actually. I don't want to be offensive. So, I'm gonna look this up. She. Okay, it's a girl. Okay, as I thought, she's a girl. So, to see her as grown up and with a daughter probably at the time jump and with Rosita being grandma and all, that would be great. But we could also have Gabriel being that grandpa and survive. I would say that one of the two has to survive. And the case is most likely that Rosita will die, given the rumors that have been going around. So it would be most likely and logical to me then that Gabriel survives actually. So I'm gonna change that. Yeah, I'm gonna change that. I will change my vote to Gabriel surviving. But other than that, I'm not really gonna change much. I think that's other than that, I'm right about it. So yeah, I think I'm good with this. I think I'm okay with this. I'm not gonna change this. I'm gonna save this and close it. Okay, so if you have anything to say, if you wanna tell me something, I have quite some viewers, more than I have most of the time. I'm really thankful for that. 9 viewers. Hopefully more will follow in the future. Hopefully I will have like 100 or 1,000 sometime. But I'm loving this, that some people are actually finally watching these streams. Mostly it's just 1 or 2, so thank you for that. Tell your friends that they also have to watch this because I really make some great, interesting content. So I would love for all of you to join me in the future. I am promising you that the future of the Joe the Bass Entertainment will be a lot better than what came before. As I just said, the quality of filming will be a lot better because I have now a way better camera, and the content will also probably be better because I do these videos a lot shorter this time, not really that long, and yeah, there will be far more interesting content and all. So yeah, it will be very, very interesting. And so I would love for more and more subscribers to come to the channel, be a part of it and all. So subscribe, like this video, leave a comment for sure. If you want to say something in the live chat, I would love to hear it. Give your predictions. I think I'm gonna end this live stream at around around 6:30 or now 5:30. So that's in 5 minutes. So anyone that wants to leave a comment, you have about 5 minutes with the time left. Let's see. What can we do with the time left? Let's talk about what may or may not happen during these 5 episodes. I think they will get a 20-year time jump, just like in comics, where all of our characters are a lot older. Some people are now adults, have a family and all. So we could probably see Mackie and Herschel being together as a couple and having kids. Herschel and Judith. That came out very gross. Judith and Herschel being a couple and having kids. I meant to say that. Gross. We could probably see Lydia and Elijah being together as a couple and maybe also have some kids. We could see Princess and Mercer being together as a couple. We could see Gabriel being proud of her daughter Coco. Of his daughter Coco. We could see Ezekiel making the train station just like in the comics and being safe and happy even though his wife sadly died during the time jump. Then we have Who do we have on the show which I haven't really talked about then? Gracie is probably also still around with a family and all. Maybe she married Adam. I'm not really sure if that's really big of an age difference, so I'm not really sure if that's appropriate. RJ is probably also still alive, I think. Just kicking ass. We know that the people that are having spin-offs are also definitely alive for sure and are doing those spin-off events. Then we have which are the big characters too and I've talked about yet. I would say that Ezekiel may build up the kingdom again, who knows. I would love to see it happening. Maybe he rules together with Princess and Mercer. That would be pretty interesting. But I guess I would love for the kingdom to return. We'll have to wait and see, but whether or not that will actually happen. I could see Nabila together with a new manor, maybe. I would say that Jules would probably be happy together with Luke. As for Yumiko and Connie, still being a lawyer or a judge, I think that Yumiko will probably be a judge, just like what's shown in the comics. Connie will still be a reporter, and so that's for them. Who do we have left then? I think that's about it then. If I'm right about my predictions, probably Pamela and Sebastian will be in prison after this. And who will be left to rule the Commonwealth? Ooh, that's difficult. I think we do have democracy on the show. Democracy. But who will be the leader? Just like we have in our country's leaders with the ministers and the kings and all. So yeah, a country still needs a leader, but we also need democracy. So yeah, who will be the leader of the Commonwealth? I would suggest that would be probably, if I look at the points, either Yumiko or Ezekiel. That will make the most sense. Or probably Mercer or Max. But I think that is the most likely case, yes. That's Ezekiel, Yumiko, or Max and Mercer. One of those four characters will probably be the leader of the Commonwealth. If that's all done. But I think during this whole thing we'll have the death of Lens, because he tried to take over Hilltop, Oceanside and Excendia, and so for that he will be punished and be killed, executed, and we'll have a big war and all to get Excendia and Hilltop and Oceanside back, so a lot of people will die. We'll also have some battles at the Commonwealth with walkers and all, and at some other places. So yeah, we'll also have characters, but there will be some great action-packed battle scenes. So it'll be awesome, for sure. Other than that, I don't know, we think some things are really going on. I think at the end they will probably set up the spin-offs with maybe some after-credits scene. Who knows? So yeah, I think we'll get a Dale spin-off, a Mackie and Negan spin-off, and a Michonne and Rick spin-off, as has been confirmed. Maybe we'll also get a spin-off for the Commonwealth. Maybe one with Princess, maybe one with Gabriel, maybe one with the kids who are still alive, Judith, RJ, Coco, Adam. It will be very interesting to see how those survive after the show ends. Maybe Eugene will get a spin-off, maybe Elijah gets spin-offs, or Lydia. You get a spin-off, you get a spin-off, you get a spin-off. Everyone gets a spin-off! But I really think that everyone gets one. That would be very, very milking the franchise. But there will be a whole lot of spin-offs for sure in the future going on. They will probably not end with these three that are set for the future. So probably more spin-offs will follow. But we'll have to wait and see. But I do think that the other characters who don't get their own spin-off yet will probably get their own episodes on Tales of the Walking Dead. I would love to see one of those episodes set in the Commonwealth, or Excendia, or Hilltop, or the Kingdom. Maybe before our groups got there, before they met that place. Maybe we'll see how those places were built, how it became one big community. Who knows? That would be very interesting to see. We'll have to see a spin-off, an episode with Eugene, Rosita, and Abraham before they met the rest of the group, to see how they survived before all of that, to see how those characters they were with. That would be very interesting. I would also love to see an episode about Princess. I would love to see what her life was like before she met Yumiko, Ezekiel, and Eugene. Yeah, that's about it. About it. Yeah, and I would also like to see a backstory about Elijah. But other than that, I don't really have many stories I want to see on Tales of the Walking Dead. Maybe a story about Terminus. That would be very interesting though, because there are still a lot of unanswered questions there. Maybe one will also be set at the prison, or at Woodbury, who knows. That would be very interesting for sure. I would love to see it happen. So yeah, I could see that happening. Other than that, I don't really know what to expect from Tales in the future. The first season was kind of a disappointment, to be honest. I'm hoping the second one will be a lot better, because this first one was very disappointing, but that was mostly because they focused on new characters and new stories. There was only one episode about the character we knew, and that was the one about Alpha. And that was also a very weak episode, to be honest. So yeah, I think they should do it differently the next time around. They will probably get a second season for sure. The season wasn't really that bad that they won't get a second season, but I do think that they have to do better the next time. I think they will probably have to do like 3 episodes about characters we know, and then the rest they can do about new characters. But at least 3 episodes about characters we know from The Walking Dead, or Fear the Walking Dead, or The World Beyond. Because then we get a lot more attached quickly to these characters, and they would also be very more interesting stories and episodes. And so I would love for those episodes to be something about Abraham's group, or Elijah, or the kids who are still alive, or the Commonwealth, or Extentia, Hilltop, the Kingdom, or the Wardens, or the Reapers, or the Whisperers, or Terminus, or the prison, or Woodbury. Any one of those cases would be very interesting. So I would love to see it for sure. I would also love to see something maybe set in a totally different place other than America, maybe Australia, or Africa, or Norway, or China, who knows. It would be very interesting to see how those countries dealt with the Walking Dead and the zombies. How did they deal with it? Did they survive it? Did the countries fail? Or did just as damaged as America and Mexico? But we'll have to wait and see what Tales of the Walking Dead will bring us, and what the other spin-offs will bring us. I'm very excited for the future of the Walking Dead franchise for sure. I'm hoping that they will not milk the franchise too much, because then they will have overstayed their welcome. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm really looking forward to the Dale show and the Rick and Michonne show for sure. I have mixed thoughts about the Maggie and Negan show, because I don't really see them working together. But we'll have to wait and see how things will make sense. We'll have to wait and see. I think they have some way for it to make sense for them to work together. Maybe they will be big friends, who knows. I'm hoping they will not become a couple. That would be very inappropriate. But we'll have to wait and see. So yeah. I'm very looking forward to the future of The Walking Dead. I hope you are too. I think we're pretty much done with this. So yeah. Is it still going? Oh, yeah, okay, it's still going. I did not accidentally stop this. Okay, good. Very good. I got scared there a little bit. That I may have stopped the stream accidentally and that you kind of missed off that. But I don't think you did. So yeah, okay. Alright, so I think we're done then. I thank you all for watching this live stream. It will still be on the channel after this. I will make a shorter version of it in the future. Same goes for all those other live streams because they are very long right now, so they have to be shorter in the future, and I will do that for sure. My next video probably won't come until November, so I have the time to shorten those videos. I will release one video I think in October, but the next one won't be happening until like late November I think, so then I have the time to make those live streams a bit shorter because they are very long right now. So for those of you who have missed those videos and still want to watch them, you can still do that, and I will release a shorter version of them in the following future. So you don't have to watch an hour or 40 minutes of video content because that's very long, and there's a lot of stuff in there that have to be there. So yeah. So anyway, the future of my channel looks very interesting. As for the future of the Walking Dead franchise, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. This has been fun. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.